Good morning. Welcome to Sunday morning. This week's episode that we talked about for the earlier part of the week was all about your future self, the protocol, right? The neuroscience of why acting from the future self before you really feel like the change is there is not fake. No, it's not fake. It's the actual mechanism of identity change, right? So the brain doesn't update on insight. It updates on behavior, right? And you can't generate behavioral evidence without first having kind of a specific, emotionally real version of the future self, right? So today is where that version becomes real, not on paper, not as a description you wrote during the week, as a felt experience, something that the body registers, right? Not just the mind. So this is the piece most people skip. They write down the description and then they go about their week, right? They don't spend 20 minutes actually inhabiting that future self. They sit in the experience of it, feeling what it feels like from the inside rather than describing it from the outside. So inhabiting it is really what makes it happen. The description is kind of like the map, right? But inhabiting it is like the territory. So this morning we're going to go into that territory. So come all the way into this one, all right? Put the phone down. Tell the people in your house you need some time, right? This ritual will work in direct proportion of how much of you actually shows up. So let's begin. How we start our Sunday sets the tone for our entire week. So welcome to the Sunday Morning Club, the show dedicated to intentional living and personal growth. I'm Faye Chappell, and on behalf of all of us here at Elevated Living, I invite you to take this time for yourself to find your center and fill up your cup. I'm so glad you're here. I want you to first find your position. Seated is always best. I want you to have your spine reasonably upright, not rigid, just awake, like you're ready to go, right? And when you take one long breath in through the nose and long release out. Let that exhale be complete, all of it, until there's nothing left. Then the next breath will arrive naturally. And I want you to bring attention to the body as it actually is right now, okay? Not the body that you want it to be, not the story about the body, the actual physical sensations that are present this morning. Maybe it's your weight, the temperature, the areas of ease or the areas of tension, right? I want you to bring particular attention to your chest and to your throat, because these are the places where most people carry that residue of unsaid things. Remember, we're supposed to be getting our what we want to do out loud to the external world. So this is what holds things that we haven't yet claimed, right? Or descriptions that haven't yet been said out loud. So if you didn't do any of that, I want you to feel like, is there a block, right? Because you're going to say whatever we need to say this morning or something close to them. This is a safe space. You are by yourself. So before you take them anywhere external, if you haven't done any already, you were supposed to do a small little thing last week, but for those of you who didn't, it's okay. Let's just start with some breathing. So I'm going to start with some 4-7-8 breath work, okay? Why 4-7-8 this week? Because the future self visualization, it requires a specific kind of state in your brain, right? So you need enough of that parasympathetic activation to lower the vigilance, right? That thing that makes the future self feel like, oh, it's a threat. Because the brain does register bold concepts like, oh my God, this is a threat, right? This is not good. This is not happening, which is why you feel exposed when you say them out loud. But you also need enough alertness and presence to actually engage with the visualization rather than just drifting away. So 4-7-8 threading is ideal for this. The 7 count holds and activates that vagal brake system. The long exhale increases that parasympathetic tone, while the effect is really a focused calm. It's that state where Cognitive work is really accessible. So let's do it. Let's try a few rounds of this. And again, you continue to do this as long as you feel that you want to. So I want you to breathe in for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's slow, it's smooth. If the 7 count hold is uncomfortable at first, then you can reduce it, right? The pattern is more important than the actual count, right? So it's in through your nose, it's out through your mouth, slightly part your lips, right? And your breath should be audible. That can help you anchor this exhale, right? So let's do it again. So you're going to breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do that as many times as you want. I want you to let the mind settle during that hold. Notice what comes up in the space of those 7 counts of held breath. Not problem solving, you're just noticing. There's usually something quiet there, and it's worth kind of paying attention to. So continue as long as you want. You can, of course, stop the recording whenever you feel you're ready, and then we're going to move into a little bit of future, I guess, self-visualization. So think of this as your meditation piece, but we're doing visualization, okay? And this isn't to be rushed. So I want you to close your eyes. I want to take one more breath in. Hold in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And settle. And I want you to imagine that it's the end of May. Keep your eyes closed. 4 weeks from now, the month has happened. All of it, the protocol work, the bio building, the activation challenge, the conversations you've had that were different, the decisions that you made from the new version rather than that automatic one, right? You're at the end of a workday, a good one. It's late afternoon. The light is what it is in late May. It's beautiful out. Notice where you are. Not the grand achievement version, just the ordinary end of a good workday version. Where are you physically? What's around you? Notice how you feel. Not inspired or triumphant. Those are performance emotions, okay? I want the real ones. The felt sense in the chest and in the shoulders at the end of a day when you're quietly, privately satisfied with it. What is that like? You did something today, or said something today, or didn't say something that you used to say, or you introduced yourself in a particular way, or maybe you declined a thing that in previous version you would have said yes out of habit. What is it? What did you do? And let it be specific. It doesn't have to be dramatic. The version of this that actually happened in your life, in your specific May, in your specific work, in this chapter, it's probably not really dramatic, right? It's probably small. It's probably really unremarkable from the outside, but it is significant from the inside. Now notice how you describe yourself. So when someone walks into a room, right, when someone asks what you do, not at a conference, just in a normal conversation, what do you say? What's the language? Is it different from what you currently say, and how? Stay here for a few more moments. Let the experience of being this version of you really settle into your body. Not the description, the experience, how you feel about it. And when you're ready, slowly, without rushing, I want you to take a deep breath and come back to the room. You can slowly open your eyes. That was the future self, not the distant aspirational version. This is just the end of the May version. This one's that one that's just a few weeks away, the one you're going to start activating this week. So grab your journal, because we always do the work. So ready for the prompts. Prompt number 1. Let's call it the felt experience. So what was present in the visualization? Not what you saw. What did you feel? What was the quality of the end of the day experience? And I want you to describe it in kind of sensory terms, not achievement language, but physical experience language. How did it feel? Write that down. Remember, you can always stop the recording and write down as long as you need to, but don't write a novel. We're just trying to get out what you're feeling. Prompt number 2. Think about the specific thing. What, I hope this was catching right. What did the end of the May version do differently today? And I want you to get specific. One specific thing, a conversation, a decision, whatever it was. One way of describing something. What was that current version that doesn't yet do it automatically, but try to think of what was that one specific thing. And I want you to write it in present tense as though it already happened. So think about it. Okay. Prompt number 3 is the language. How does this version describe what you do? Write the actual sentence, the one that you would use in normal conversation, not a pitch, not a conference intro, a normal conversation. What are the words? Is it I used to anywhere in that sentence? If so, I want you to cross it out and rewrite it, because we've changed all our language. We keep building each and every week, and some of these exercises feel really similar, and it's because we're building that muscle, so we have to continue to grow. So we're going to do again this week's one thing. What is one specific thing this week where you will act from by the end of May version rather than the current automatic one? A specific situation, a specific behavior, a specific day if possible. One thing, that's really the whole ask, right? What is the one thing this week where you will act from the version that you're going to be at the end of May rather than the version that you've been in the past? We've been building this. This shouldn't be anything harder than what we did last week. When you're done all of that, I want you to put the pen down. That one thing from prompt 4, I want you to put it in your calendar, not a vague intention, but as an event in 15 minutes that's blocked with a note that says act from future self. Anything. So act from future self. I want you to put it in your calendar so you will not forget to do it. Because you've met your future self this morning. It's not a concept. It's more of an experience. It's that felt sense of what it's like to inhabit that whole end of May version of you, right? The brain has now run that simulation, and it's going to run it again. That's why the morning activation practice is for. That's what all of this is for throughout the week, right? And remember that one thing prompt, right? Number 4, put it in your calendar. So when the moment arrives this week, you'll have a choice. You can choose the automatic version, or you can choose the one that you actually met this morning. And I'm hoping you're going to choose the second one, because just this once, I want you to see what happens when you choose differently, okay? Because it's always something. It's always something. So I want you to work on everything that we've discussed. I want to see you back next Sunday. If you didn't complete everything, don't worry. Don't worry about it, okay? I still need you to show up each and every week, because the act of showing up in itself is slowly changing your brain and is slowly changing who you are. So Go on, share this with anyone that you think needs it, and I can't wait to see you next week.
And with that, our time together comes to a close. Thank you for showing up for yourself today. Take that feeling of this space with you and let it guide your actions and reactions this week. I'm Faye Chappell on behalf of everyone here at Elevated Living. I'm wishing you a week of profound peace and clarity.